Welcome back to Riso Invest. Listen to me guys, this is a very important video. I called the Bitcoin crash. I've made thousands and thousands of dollars, and today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how the Bitcoin crash will play out. This is the Wyckoff method, and the Wyckoff method is how the composite man or how the market makers actually play you. I'll be going through today exactly what Bitcoin is going to do in the coming few weeks, so please pay attention. If you are young or middle-aged, I assure you that accumulating at this point in time will give you insane amount of gains in the next 1 to 2 years. So please watch this video to the very end. You do not want to be doing yourself a disservice. In today's video, we'll be going through the Wyckoff method. I'll be explaining to you guys what exactly all these moves over here mean and how the composite man actually plays the market such that majority of the retail investors actually lose money while only the top 1% actually earn money. I'll be showing you guys my trades over here. You can see that this is my live trade. Together in the premium group, I've entered a $11.5 million Bitcoin short, and I've also entered a $4.2 million ethereum short. You can see that these are the live profits at $6,000 as well as $86,000 here. These are live profits. I put my money where my mouth is. Okay, very important video, so do watch it to the very end. For those of you who are part of the premium group, congratulations, we are earning so much money. For those of you who want to join the premium group, you can join down below today at risoinvest.com. By joining risoinvest.com, you'll be trading with myself, Riso Invest, the #1 trader. You have full access to the 100x watch list, where we go through stocks, altcoins, crypto, things that have potential to 100x. I'll be sharing with you guys my bull market strategy guide, my entries, my exit, and you will have full access to myself, Riso, with the exclusive inner circle. So join below today. It is a one-time purchase for a lifetime of access, and there's 2 more spaces left before the group closes. Okay, let's not waste any more time and let's go through Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently trading at about 76.7k. We saw that Bitcoin traded up to a high here at about 82k, and currently we have dumped down to about 76k. Just about 2 to 3 weeks back, we were euphoric. We were thinking that Bitcoin was going to a new all-time high. And I was longing Bitcoin, and I made over $1 million on my live trades. I've shared with you guys in my premium group how we were going to short the market, and I've actually shared it here publicly as well. And currently we are in a short, printing about 100k in totality with Ethereum as well as Bitcoin shorts. How exactly is the Bitcoin market going to play out? The first thing you need to understand is that 99% of traders and investors do not earn money from this market. The reason is because market grabs liquidity. There is a composite man that takes advantage of you and takes advantage of your profits, and it causes you to get stopped out. So how this accumulation method works is based on the Wyckoff method. I have shown here the Wyckoff method. You can actually just Google this on Chart School and take a look at how the Wyckoff method actually works. But essentially, I can sum it up over here. Wyckoff's composite man. So essentially, all the fluctuations in the market and all the various stocks should be studied as if it was the result of one man's operation. Let us call him the composite man, who in theory sits behind the scenes and manipulates the stock to your disadvantage if you do not understand the game as he plays it, and to your great profit if you do understand it. So what the composite man essentially does is that it moves the price action to the extreme ends in order to capture liquidity. When we are euphoric, we are longing the market, it moves towards the downside, it captures liquidity, and it goes 180 degrees towards the downside. Over at the downside, we think that, hey, market is looking really bad, let's short the market. What actually happens? You see over here the selling climax. We see a reversal, a capture of the liquidity right here, and a reversal towards the upside. So this Wyckoff accumulation method is something that you need to understand, because this method will cause retail investors and traders to lose their money because they are emotional. They do not understand the game of the composite man. So let's take a look at what Bitcoin has done in the past few weeks. Firstly, the accumulation method of Wyckoff itself states that liquidity will be captured on both ends. We saw Bitcoin had a high over here in October of 2025 where it was trading about 126k and we dumped all the way down. What did we see with the price action? Firstly, you can see PS over here. We saw a preliminary support. And let me share with you guys what Wyckoff actually means. Stay with me right here. You have to understand this video in order to know where Bitcoin is going in the future. So PS stands for preliminary support, where substantial buying begins to provide pronounced support after a prolonged down move. Volume increases and price spread widens, signaling that the down move may be approaching its end. And this is what we saw. We saw an insane crash of Bitcoin's price action from about 125k all the way to this level at about 80k. An insane amount of crash. And what we saw was a preliminary support where price action actually started to stabilize over here from the November of 2025 all the way to January of 2026, a good 2.5 months. Alright, and what we actually saw after that was another drop leading to a selling climax in phase A of the Wyckoff accumulation method. So, what exactly is the selling climax? The selling climax is the point at which the widening spread and selling pressure usually climaxes, and heavy or panicky selling by the public is being absorbed by larger professional interests or near a bottom, often with price well off the low in the selling climax, reflecting the buying by these large interests. So what is actually going on at this point in time with the selling climax? Essentially, it states that the market is panicking, alright? And don't forget, the market essentially means the generic large proportion of people, 99% of you guys. The market is panicking and it's selling off towards the downside. And what is actually occurring at this selling climax? Retail investors are selling, but who is buying? The composite man, the institutions, the people who have billions and billions of dollars, they are buying right here. So the Wyckoff method states that in the selling climax, this large amount of supply is being absorbed by larger professional interests at or near a bottom. Essentially what it states is that accumulation is happening when everybody is fearful for their lives, when everybody is fearful that they're going to get liquidated. The large and smart money is buying as much as they can over here in the selling climax. And what occurs after that? In phase A, we have next what we call here an AR. And AR is the automatic rally. And so what exactly is the automatic rally? The automatic rally, which occurs because intense selling pressure has greatly diminished, a wave of buying easily pushes prices up, and this is further fueled by short covering. The high of this rally would definitely help define the upper boundary of the accumulation of TR right here. So, the automatic rally is what you see over here, where the price actually had a selling climax. Bitcoin reached a low here at about 57.9k, right? A fall of about 97k to 57.9k. This was a dramatic wick. People were selling and panicking, thinking that this was the end of the market for Bitcoin. But what was actually occurring here was that institutions were actually accumulating. The composite man was actually playing you right here. We had an automatic rally where Bitcoin actually rebounded from 57k to the high here at about 76k. And this was when selling pressure actually got alleviated and we rallied towards the upside. And what occurred after that is actually the secondary test right here. So, the secondary test is in which price revisits the area of the selling climax to test the supply and demand at these levels. If a bottom is to be confirmed, volume and price spread should be significantly diminished as the market approaches support in the area of the selling climax. It is common to have multiple secondary tests after a selling climax. Okay, so what actually occurred was that we had a secondary test over here and we sold off towards the downside near the selling climax. And you could see what occurred after the secondary test was a rebound towards the upside, and we managed to capture the liquidity over here above the level of 78,000. And you can see this is what exactly occurred with the Wyckoff method over here in phase B at the start of phase B. Then, what do we see at the early part of phase B? we actually see a secondary test in phase B, and this is the forewarning of the Bitcoin crash that is coming very, very soon. Alright, so if we take a look over here, right, we have here a secondary test in phase B, right? So what actually occurs in this secondary test of phase B is that the market is not ready for Bitcoin or for whatever stock to accumulate at this point in time. What it wants to do essentially is that it wants to capture more liquidity from both ends, from the range low to the range high. And how this occurs is that it's going to capture liquidity by selling off towards the downside and then buying up towards the upside, selling off towards the downside and buying up towards the upside. So this is how the market makers and the composite man actually causes you to lose all your Bitcoin. You accumulate, but you panic and you sell, and they buy at the lower price, they distribute towards you at the top, and they rebuy at the bottom. So the next step of the Wyckoff accumulation method is that we're going to head to the secondary test in phase B. And if you take a look at the chart over here, the secondary test in phase B is usually the ultimate selling climax. This is the point in time where people think that, hey, we have actually already bottomed out in Bitcoin, right? And the big institutions are already buying. We should buy Bitcoin at this point in time so that we'll go to a new all-time high. Yes, you are not wrong that we are going to accumulate and hit a new all-time high in the next 6 to 12 months, right? But you are wrong in the fact that we are going to crash one more time. And this crash is going to be the biggest crash that you will see in this entire bear market. Because what you actually need for Bitcoin to occur is a secondary test in phase B. And why does this occur again? Because of liquidity. They are distributing to you over here, the composite man, they're selling to you high and they're going to rebuy low at the secondary test. And this is going to move on to phase C, where you have the LPS. So what is the LPS over here? The LPS is the last point of support, which is the low point of a reaction or pullback after a sign of strength, backing up to a last point of support, meaning a pullback to support that was formerly resistance on a diminished spread and volume. Essentially, this means that this is the accumulation phase. You have a last point of support over here, a last point of support over here, a sign of strength as we start to break out above this level right here, and then we have a breakup, and then we restart the bull market. So what you're seeing right here is the most critical phase of the Bitcoin bear market. We are approaching phase B. The secondary test in phase B, where Bitcoin will crash greatly, is coming very soon. And this is exactly why my premium group members and I have entered the short right here. We managed to take profit of almost $1 million from the secondary test and the selling climax. We managed to distribute like the composite man. And today I'm telling you guys that we are going to trade towards the downside very, very soon. So if you're watching this video, I'm telling you guys that we're going to crash. But this crash is going to be the crash that you have to buy. Do not fear. Listen to me. When the Bitcoin price actually crashes, I want you to buy hard. Because it is at this point in time, your gains will be monumental, right? The price of Bitcoin will be so low that whatever price Bitcoin trades at in the coming few months is going to be multiples of what you're going to be buying here. It's going to be very scary to buy, but you have to buy it. For those of you who are in the premium group, I will guide you guys exactly when we are near the secondary test in phase B. I'll tell you guys what the market makers are doing, what the liquidity, the SPX, and what the entire market is doing at that point in time. And we are going to enter right here at the secondary test of phase B. Once we enter over here, I will teach you guys how to distribute up here again and then buy the last point of support before we ride towards the sign of strength and the breakup towards a new bull market. Easily, I assure you guys, with trading and investing, we are going to at least 2 to 3x our entire portfolio with this move right here. And all I implore you guys, right, is take some time to understand this video, go and search up the Wyckoff method, really understand why the market moves in this way. For those of you who have been trading and investing for 10, 20 years, I have been in this market longer than you guys. And many of you simply do not know that the market is not here to make money for you. The market is here to make money for the composite man, which is the large institutions, the people that holds billions and billions of dollars. The market is not forgiving. Do not waste this opportunity today. Read the Wyckoff method, and this is exactly what's going to go down with Bitcoin in the coming few weeks. Okay, I hope that this video will be able to share with you guys a bit more as to what's going on with Bitcoin. In the coming few videos, I will be sharing a bit more as to technical analysis of Bitcoin, but I think just for this video itself, focus on the Wyckoff method. Really understand that we are going to trade towards the downside very, very soon. Alright, I hope that this video is able to help you guys. If you have any questions at all, please drop it in the comment section down below. I am more than happy to answer any questions, and I want to help you guys become millionaires in this market. Alright, for those of you who are interested in joining the premium group, do join down below today at rizoinvest.com. By joining the group, again, you have access to my 100x watch list. This is a critical resource that's going to help you gain millions and millions of dollars in the next bull market. Alright, I want to help you guys become millionaire in this bull market. I want you guys to have financial freedom and to use your time, your most precious resource, on things that you actually love, be it in your family, pursuing your hobbies, or pursuing your dreams. By joining the Rizo Invest group, you will have full access to the bull market strategy guide, and you have direct access to me, Rizo Invest. I'll go through with you your portfolio. I'll go through with you how exactly we can navigate this market. Okay guys, it is a one-time access, right? One-time purchase for a lifetime access. There's only 2 more spaces left. Once these 2 spaces are filled up, the group will close and you will not be able to enter the group anymore. Alright, there's limited time that I have, so I can only limit the group to this many spaces. So do join down below today if you want to become a millionaire in the next bull market. Alright, that'll be all for today's video, and as always, invest safe.